Founded as a Roman city, Barcelona was originally a small settlement known as Barcino. Several centuries later, it is now regarded as the largest city in Catalonia, as well as its capital. A major destination in Europe, the city is characterized by its rich cultural heritage, the architectural masterpieces of Antoni Gaudi, and of course, FC Barcelona, one of the most famous football club in the world. Locals and regular visitors claim that the city has something to offer on a day-to-day and street-by-street basis. So, if you only have 3 days in Barcelona, it's essential that you plan ahead to make sure that you get to see the best that Barcelona has to offer. Seeing it all is near impossible. Let's begin. This is how to spend 3 perfect days in Barcelona. Day 1. Exploring Ciutat Vella, Old Town. If you look at any Barcelona city map, you should notice that everything spreads out towards the surrounding mountains from a point of unorganized, intertwined streets. This central area is the heart of the city, Ciutat Vella, or the Old Town. The most ideal way to start your Barcelona journey is from here. This is also where several iconic structures of Barcelona can be found. In the morning, explore Las Rambles, Gothic Quarter, and Barcelona Cathedral. Start your day with a stroll at Mercat de la Boqueria, considered as the largest food market in Europe. This is the perfect place to shop for some local produce and a freshly made fruit juice to kickstart the day. From here, walk a couple of minutes to get to Las Rambles, one of the best-known tree-lined avenues in the world. While the streets here are filled with locals and tourists alike, keep an eye out for Joan Miró mosaic work on the pavement you walk on. Take a left from here to turn into the Gothic Quarter where sits Plaça Catalunya, a neoclassical gem dotted with the city's most famous restaurants, nightclubs, and a series of lanterns surrounding the fountain. The first works of Antoni Gaudi in the city. Once again, veer left from here to find yourself at the much-photographed 13th century cathedral, Barcelona Cathedral. Awe-inspiring from the inside, as well as outside. The cathedral is the most prominent Catalan Gothic structure in Barcelona. You are in Gótico, so it only seems appropriate that you make yourself comfortable at one of the many fancy restaurants here for lunch. For a more local experience, head across to Born District and try the tapas at Bubo. For the afternoon, we'll explore Born District. After enjoying a delightful lunch, start exploring Born District. Visit the Church of Santa Maria del Mar, a different experience than the cathedral, but equally entrancing architecture. Once out of the church, look for Carrer Montcada Street, which is lined with art galleries, museums, and fine examples of secular medieval architecture. Museu Picasso, or Picasso Museum, deserves a special mention just for the fact that it houses some of the earliest works of the artist. Also notable is the European Museum of Modern Art, MEAM, a living museum exhibiting paintings and sculptures from 20th and 21st centuries. Take your pick and let yourself get lost amidst one of these spectacular collections. If you have a little more time on your side, walk over to Palau de la Música Catalana to find one of the best edifices in the city and an extraordinarily decadent concert hall. You could book a tour of the grandeur structure, but if you lack time, it's also worth appreciating this shrine to Catalan culture from the outside. In the evening, have an incredible night out at Barceloneta. After an eventful day exploring the gems of the city, you deserve yourself a night of fun and frolic. Take the L4 metro from Urquinaona to Barceloneta station, or N8 bus from Via Laietana to Pas Sota Morala to get to Barcelona's most stylish waterfront, Barceloneta. Find a spot at one of the many beach bars that spread across the coastline, or make your way to one of the many prominent nightclubs in the area. Try the Ice Club for something different. Now on to day 2. Spend your time walking in the footsteps of Gaudi. Barcelona, perhaps more than any other city in the world, is known for its architecture. It is now time to step out of the old town and step into the world of modernismo, a movement best associated with Barcelona's favorite son, Antoni Gaudi. In the morning, visit Hospital de la Santa Creu i Sant Pau, Sagrada Familia, and Casa Mil. Once again, hop on to the L4 from Urquinaona, but this time to head to Ganardo Hospital de Sant Pau station. From here, the Hospital de la Santa Cruz I Sant Pau is just a 1-minute walk. An operational hospital until 2009, the structure is now being transformed into a cultural center and a museum. You could take an English-speaking tour of this remarkable building, but remember to book in advance. A 10 minutes gentle stroll brings you to the one building in Barcelona that you absolutely can't miss, Sagrada Familia Basilica, also known as Gaudi's magnum opus. Easily an hour of exploration. The closer you get to the construction, the more artistic detail you notice. Don't miss the Nativity facade and the bronze door at the Passion facade. Up next is another masterwork of the artist, Casa Mil. 20 minutes walk or 10 minutes via N7 bus/L5 metro, also known as La Pedrera. Casa Mil is a bizarrely astonishing structure commissioned in 1906 by an affluent Catalan couple. Gawk at the inexplicable chimneys and wrought iron verandas before heading to the rooftop for some photos and a chance to get up close and personal with the artist's life and work preserved at the Espai Gaudi Museum. Before grabbing a bite to eat, walk down Passeig de Gràcia and take a moment to appreciate the fascia of Manzana de la Discordia, where Gaudi, Cadafalch, and Montaner stand tall to grab your attention. For the afternoon, explore Parc Güell. If you thought that this is all Gaudi had to offer, you would be wrong. Take the No 24 bus from Passeig de Gràcia, Arago, and get off at Tra del Carmel, Parc Güell, and walk 5 minutes to find yourself at one of the best-loved creations of the artist, Parc Güell. A psychedelic city park spread over an expanse of 15 hectares. The park was originally commissioned to be a miniature town for the riches. Though it was never completed, it is now one of the most frequented green spaces in the city, literally sprawling with Gaudi's art. Salamander Fountain is one of the most iconic structures here. You may have to stand in a queue to even take a photo, but it's worth it. Explore the nooks and crannies of the park, or find a quiet spot to unwind for the rest of the afternoon. In the evening, spend time in the district of Gràcia. A 15-minute walk from the park brings you to the Bohemian district of Gràcia. Spend the rest of the evening walking through these streets that are lined with several shopping arcades, nice restaurants, and small bars. This is also a great opportunity to shop for some souvenirs before filling yourself with tapas and sangria. Lastly, Day 3. Experience Catalan culture and sunset views. Today being the last day of your 3-day trip to Barcelona, let's change the pace a bit and move away from the bustling streets of the old town and head towards the magical hills of Montjuïc that provides the city its wonderful backdrop. In the morning, visit Pobla Espanyol. For your last day in the city, head to Pobla Espanyol, a huge open-air museum 4 times the size of FC Barcelona's football pitch. The complex is famous for its various sections, each of whom represent a specific Spanish region. There is also a flourishing handicraft market, which is perfect for souvenir shopping. From Pobla Espanyol, walk 15 minutes to another equally enticing attraction, the Fundació de Joan Miró, which exhibits the greatest artworks of Joan Miró. A great idea for lunch would be to bring some packed food with you for a nice picnic on the grassy slopes of Montjuïc. In the afternoon, explore Museu Nacional d'Art de Catalunya, MNAC. A pleasant 10 minutes walk from the Joan Miró Foundation brings you to Museu Nacional d'Art de Catalunya, MNAC, a museum dedicated to 1,000 years of Catalan visual art. You could easily spend the afternoon here taking in the many exhibitions, but make sure you give yourself enough time to stop by and appreciate the Christ in His Majesty, the primary attraction in the museum. And for our last evening, experience the castle and its magic fountain. There is no better way to end your Barcelona tour than to make your way to the castle atop the Montjuïc slopes. Take the teleferic cable car from Avinguda de Miramar, if walking uphill sounds too exhausting, and enjoy a mesmerizing view over the city of Barcelona as the sun sets and the twinkling lights turn on. And for the grand finale of your short but amazing Barcelona itinerary, descent back to Plaça de España in time for the evening show at the grandiose Magic Fountain. So there you have it. How to spend 3 perfect days in Barcelona. What did you think? Did you learn something new? Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Far and Beyond.